let's begin. So Trung, can you please start?
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Uh, can you hear me clearly?
I can. What about Chung?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
David?
Oh, okay. Everything's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, let's focus and think of at least one question about Trunk's presentation by the end. Chow, David, I'll also try to ask something. At least one question. If more, that's great.
Yes. And let me start. Today I will I will tell you about something to answer the question how to teach more effectively. Okay. The first thing I want to share is about teaching effectively. Teaching effectively involves a combination of four things. I think the first thing is pedagogical skill. The second thing is empathy. And the third is adaptability. And the last one is a commitment to continuous improvement. To talk about the pedagogical skill, it consists of the methods and the approaches. The empathy is that means the knowing and understanding your students, and adaptability is about the adapting your approach to accommodate different learning styles. And the last one, a commitment to continuous improvement, is about you have to seek feedback and responses of your students to improve your teaching method. And based on this principle, I want to share you about how to teach more effectively, some principle or strategy. Okay. And now move on the first principle. I think that is the know about your student. Okay. Who can tell me what is know about your students? Who can help me to answer?
I think uh, we need to know about their ability.
Right, ability. What else?
Mm,
That mean ability, that mean the background. And the next one, we can know about their interest and the learning style. Okay. This is first one, and the second one, we how to know your students. We can build a positive relationship with your student by to create a supportive and inclusive classroom environment. By you can talk to your student before or after class about them. It's also easy to teach them effectively. This is the first thing, and the second thing I want to share you is we have to use active learning technique. So what is the active learning techniques? We have to encourage students to engagement through some activity like discussion, group work, and hands-on projects. And this one we can not only learn the knowledge, they can improve their soft skills. Okay. We can use some multimedia technology and real-world example. For example, we can use images, the video, and the sound to give them example for some new words in particular example. And the last one in active learning technique, we can organize some games. Games in class. For example, for kids, we can do some games like using flashcards, and play around the class. And for older students, we can play some games like bamboozles. You know, we have do this already. And this is the second thing, and move on the third. I want to share you about create a positive environment. To talk about this one, I want to share you about we have to establish a clear expectation. That means you have to, for their behavior, you know, in the classroom, we have to each student has its behavior, different behavior. So we have to make a rules to make them to create a classroom norm. For example, we have some rules like don't eat in the class or don't speak Vietnamese. And then we create a supportive environment where students can feel comfortable and comfortable expressing their idea and asking questions. they can share their idea and ask question, comfortable to ask question. Okay. And the next one, we should be flexible and adaptable. So how to be flexible and adaptable in a class? Um, we have to adjust our strategy. We base on the students' feedback and performance. When we did, uh, we usually have a general lesson plan. So we already do have a general lesson plan. We have to be ready to adapt based on the children's responses and interests. For example, when if they have if a particular topic excites them, we have to allow for more exploration in that area. For example, when I did about something like the travel or transport, and they interest about something like um, some places or more, we can move on these places about the places to do this one and move again the topic we are teaching. And the last one I want to share you is about the providing a constructive feedback. The first thing I think is good for you to give the compliment by praising for their effort, and we have to offer timely and specific feedback on student performance. We can focus on their strength and weaknesses. Weaknesses about we can pray this one, and we the weaknesses is the area for improvement. We have to guide. We base on the weaknesses and the area for improvement to guide the students' learning. And that's all of my presentation. Thank you. Do you have any question?
Thank you for sharing. I have one question. The question is, uh, the last one, Chang, can you skip to the last one? You told that about provide constructive feedback, but can we, uh, can you uh, help me to, I really want know feedback about the student feedback of me, but sometimes they are like they mm, they not on it about it. So uh, how to let me type in the chat.
Yeah, I understand the question. You ask about how to give a constructive feedback.
Yes, let us.
The first one, you have to give some compliment for this one. Their strengths, we have give some strengths to make them happy and give them the motivation to learning English. And now we talk something about their weaknesses. It can be about their pronunciation or grammar, and we can guide them how to study at home, spend more time to improve this skill and this to improve these skills, and practice to how to say to practice more. And okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I can ask you to think of one question. Chang, maybe you can scroll again to the top and then slowly down so we can see what we can talk about.
I have one question, like about you said that we can ask students in the end of the lesson, like is that okay for, like, is it was interesting for them or not? Am I right?
You mean talking to student after
Yeah,
class?
yeah.
So, Stass, can you help me? I think you talk to students so much, so I think this is your strength.
Great, thank you for asking. Again, can you ask the question one more time so I can focus a bit more on it?
Like how we can ask students, like what was it interesting for them, or like what can be changed in the lessons?
How to ask, right? How to pose this
How to
question.
interact after the lessons?
How to interact with after the lesson. Well, first of all, you should always try to thank the students, right? Even if they didn't do that great of a job by the end of the lesson, you still like to, because they are, again, they are not just our students, they are clients too, right? So you thank them for being our clients, even if they weren't like great students. That's first of all, like before you say anything or ask anything, you just thank them. Thank you guys, and you need to think of something a bit more specific. Like when you give thanks, if it's more specific, like thank you for working hard, thank you for like maybe to specific students, you can say thank you like Mark, for example, or someone else for participating a lot today, or for finishing a project, or for doing this or that. You can single out great students, right? Just say, and thank you everyone else for paying attention, for being on time, for doing your homework, for learning well, right? For behaving well in the classroom, things like that, right? So you thank them first before you give any question, before you ask them anything, and then you say. I want to make sure you like lessons more. That's what you say to them. You say again, I want to make sure, guys, that you enjoy your lessons more. So I want to ask you, like, what do you think I can do better? But that question is actually not that great, because most of the time they're not going to say anything. Like 99% of the time, they will just say, well, they will be silent. They will not say anything. Like if you ask them, how can I improve? They'll be like, I don't know, right? So it's better to ask them things like, what did you like specifically during this lesson? maybe you can point at things like, did you like this song? Did you like singing? Like, raise your hands, who liked singing, right? Or did you like this exercise? Or what was boring? You can ask, what did you find boring during this lesson? So specific questions work better, right?
Yeah.
So specific questions, the more specific the better. Like genuine questions, how can I improve? They will never answer that. Another way is to give students small notes. Ciao, I think you know this, or maybe no, I'm not sure. So you give them small notes to each student by the end of the lesson, and they anonymously write down their ideas. Ideally, you would even have printouts with like, what did you like, what was boring, or like more specific questions on the little note. And they fill out the answers there without their names. And then they just throw it in like maybe some sort of a bucket or some sort of a container where you mix it and just read later. That's the best. Anonymous collection of information on pieces of paper. So that's how we should do it. That's the best feedback. Because during the lesson, well, you can get like general idea of like, guys, did you like this song? Did you like this game? No, yes, right? Like that. But the rest is hard to get out of them unless it's anonymous. So try the notes, please. You can ask Trung, the receptionist, to print it out. Trung, you can ask. David, you can ask. Chow, you can ask your students to do this. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Trung, what do you think?
Yes, I want to suggest more some questions about after or before class. You can ask about their school, about do you go to school today and what subject, and or more to or do you like this and what subject do you like, for some topic related to them.
Again, can you sorry, Trung, can you repeat it again, what you've just said, one more time? Because I feel like it wasn't very clear. So at the start of the lesson, it's a good idea to ask your students.
I think in the break.
At break time. All right, at break time.
And you can ask about their life, like something like in school.
So, something like in school, that's not clear. What do you mean? Can you give us?
Ask, for example, they go to the center in the afternoon, so you can ask them, do you go to school today?
Doesn't make sense. Do you go to school? That's not a good question. Did you or have you been to school? Have you been to school today? Have you gone to school today? What did you do at school today? Yeah? Okay.
Today and what subject?
What subject what? What subject?
Have you learned today?
Did you study? Yeah?
Did you?
What subject did you study? Well, what? Just you don't need to say subject. You say what did you study today?
What did you learn?
What did you learn today? Yeah, yeah.
And then you answer and ask, do you like it or and why?
Okay, yeah, so that's not just the break time. It can be any time when there's students and you have some free time. Please engage with them. Don't ignore them. Talk to them more. Be a bit more personal, guys. This is, again, good for us as teachers, good for the center. It's just genuinely a good thing to do. Good for the kids. They are not like, they don't feel abandoned. They don't feel like you only care about them in the classroom, right? We need to show some care outside of the classroom too, like just a little bit at least, well, or a lot, depending on your personality or your mood at that time. Okay, Trung, sorry for interruption. Continue, please.
That's all.
Okay. All right. And my question then, what else do we have there? Number 4, flexible and adaptive. Could you zoom in, please? Number 4.
This one.
Zoom in. Can you zoom in on to number 4? Yeah. Yeah. So flexible and adaptable. Adjust our strategies. General lesson plan. What is that? W2?
This one, if we are teaching in a topic in the book, but the students want to explore some another topic.
So you're teaching about, for example, sea animals, but students. Can you continue this example? So, for example, you're teaching about sea animals, but students want.
But students want to want to know about some. I don't think.
They want to learn about diving, for example, the diving sport. You know, the deep diving.
Diving.
So they're interested. So you're talking about sea animals, but they don't care about animals. They are more interested in diving, the sport, right? The diving sport.
Yeah.
So.
So we can move on this topic.
Move
for
on.
Them to explore.
Yeah.
And I can show them some pictures and video, and make them feel motivated.
But the problem is students never say that, right? When they're learning about sea animals, they would never say, "Teacher, I don't want to learn about this. I want to learn about diving." I mean, okay, if that happens, that's great. But there are two problems again. The first one is students usually don't say that, right? Students rarely, Chow, David, Trung, what do we think? Like, students rarely say stuff like, "Oh, I don't like this topic, let's learn another topic," right? They never say that.
Once they say that, but it was IELTS.
In IELTS, well, okay, great. So they do. All right, if they do say that, that's great. But like, you can encourage.
It's
What
like
I'm
about homework, they say like continue.
continue. Sorry, David, about homework. What?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that they say that during the homework they ask like, can we do something about different topic, because we're tired about to write about shopping like third time, or like I don't know.
Yeah. So they say.
But it's like almost adult people, so it doesn't really like suits for every class.
Now, yeah. So what I'm trying to say, Trung, is that I think they wouldn't say it most of the time. So you should ask them instead, right? Are you interested in this? And if they say yes, then yes. If not, then not. But another problem. So the second problem with this is that how can you change? Like, so you have the lesson plan about sea animals. And the students say at the start, or like maybe 10 minutes in, they say, "We don't like sea animals. Let's not like learn about diving." So how can you just abandon your lesson plan, abandon all the exercises about sea animals, and like suddenly start learning about diving? How? Does it make sense, right? Doesn't make sense. Do you agree? Chow, what do you think? Like, students say we want to learn about diving instead of sea animals, but your lesson plan, your exercises, the book, it's all about sea animals right now, this lesson. What do we do?
I think we can open Google and search some picture about diving, and then maybe we can show some sea animal in the pictures diving to also think about animal
So
when
you,
think about diving.
so we just we have like a short interruption just to talk a bit about this diving, and then continue with the sea animals, right? So we interrupt for a little bit. We don't interrupt for long. Yeah? Trung, any thoughts? Any ideas?
I think when we move on this topic, and we spent 10 to 15 minutes watching the video or watching the images, and then when they are more interested, we will return to the old topic.
Yeah.
I thought that this topic is also very interesting.
Well, what do you mean?
And I can show them show them lots of pictures and some videos to show about the sea animals.
So you're trying to say that if they ask you about diving, you will try to explain that sea animals are more interesting. Yeah? Okay. Well, all right, guys, any other questions about this presentation? No more questions, right? Okay, so Chung, some comments. Was a great presentation. Well done. Thank you. The problem, not problems, but like some comments for you, is that when you present, please try to engage with the listeners a bit more, especially when it's just 3 of us or 4 of us. So like I liked it one time you asked us like, what do you think there, right? That was great. Do more of that. Interact more, because presentations should never be just one way. This is like the worst way to do it, when you just talk, and people look, and the more it happens, the worse it becomes. More engagement as much as you can. Make people answer, define things, bring examples, solve together, That's a good idea to engage. Secondly, try to explain a bit more with specific examples. Like remember, like I gave you with the sea animals and diving. A specific example, it's much easier to understand, more memorable. Yeah? Or not? Or am I... Well, if you disagree, please, because I'm not like an all-knowing entity, right? I might be wrong too. I'm just discussing with you. I'm suggesting. If you have opposing opinions to mine, please say so. I wanna know why, and I might be wrong, So, all right. So again, engagement, then more specific examples, and maybe focus. So right now you've presented 5 things. I think it's kind of hard to remember all of that. Next time, focus maybe on 2 or 1, 2, maybe maximum 3 things. But like again, with better examples, better engagement, better discussion on each topic. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's all for comments. But well done, great. So, Chow, David, something like that we'll need next time as well. Again, it doesn't have to be long. It could be even like 5 minutes. A 5-minute presentation about one little thing, one specific thing. That's fine too. I'll tell you, I'll pick one of you. I'll send you a message privately to prepare for Tuesday. Now, what else do we do? So we're done with that. There's one last thing I wanted to do today. Guys, let's also keep our meetings 1.5 hours long from now on, like 1 hour, because 1 hour is just not enough, I've noticed, for us. I have so many things to do, we just can never do enough. So let's keep them always 1.5 hours minimum, please. So be ready for a longer session from now on, please. If you have problems with that, please let me know. It's okay if you need to go early or something, but please, let's try to do it, keep it longer a bit. Now let's talk about the last thing for today. So can you see this thing I'm sharing, the PDF document?
Yeah.
All right. So just a moment. Now here we've got sounds, right? This is our Oxford Phonics World 2. Again, Oxford Phonics World 2, the one we teach to our very young students. So here we teach sounds, and I need to make sure you pronounce the sounds well. So right now we practice the sounds. Well, let's go one by one. Cho, can you show us the sounds here? Teach us the sounds. Imagine we are the students. Just pronounce the sounds. Cho.
Before I think I will see the video, so now I cannot.
So it's hard for you. The sounds are hard for you, yeah?
Yes.
Well, okay, maybe David, would you like to try?
Me?
Yeah, let's start with this sound. Yeah, I'm trying to show.
Yeah, okay. So I should say just sounds now, right?
Just sounds.
N.
So yeah, plus n, and together
An.
un. Yep, and next.
B. An. Bun.
Yeah, un, bun. Good. Sometimes I've heard some teachers say plus. That's okay, but you need to explain that plus means this thing. And sometimes it's better to say and, because they know and better than plus. Or nothing, just un, bun. Yeah, that's correct. And when we teach sounds, we focus a bit more, students. We point at our mouth. We open our mouth more than usual, right? Not like but n, un, un, bun, yeah? And clear, enunciate, practice at home if you need. I highly recommend practicing this at home if you teach. Okay, next, let's go up. What do we have here? All right, Chun, please. Just sounds.
N, an.
Wait, what?
This one. Oh, sorry.
It just switched again.
Okay, I see.
B, up,
Next.
and k, up, cup.
All right, now do it again. More stress on the sounds, meaning like the sounds should be clearer, louder, slower, maybe a little bit. Maybe you repeat a few more times. Try to make it as clear as you can. One more time from the start, the whole thing.
B, up,
Next.
k, up, cup.
Cub. Yeah, okay. So when you teach sounds, you can say b, ab. Repeat 2-3 times for them. Clear, right? K, ab. And well, yeah, students of course try to repeat every sound with you. So it's wrong to just do all of this on your own, right? Every time you repeat, try to make sure they repeat after you, or at least make sure they're ready to repeat after you. Even if they don't, because you maybe want to move a bit faster, but make sure they're paying attention, right? Point at your mouth. Make them see your mouth. If they are not looking at your mouth, they will not do it the right way, please. Don't teach them the Vietnamese sounds, only English, very clear. Because we've heard in the videos of homework, like there's lots of homework the students send to us. I check it almost daily, and I hear sometimes they, for some reason, have these the Vietnamese sounds of the letters, so make sure it's not like that. Make sure it's just, well, English, proper English. If you need, practice at home. Okay, next, what do we have next? Yeah, well, actually, this is, maybe we'll skip a bit. One more. Yeah, here. Cho, can you try, please? Do you see the next?
The next
Yep.
is a, d, at.
Okay. Try to focus. D, ad.
A, d, at.
Okay. Next.
B, at, but.
Ad.
But.
Ad. Yeah. Okay. Clear sounds. One more time. Cho.
B, up, up, up,
Good. P, p, up, p, 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 Okay. Remember, you can also point out that these the sound, the letter U can also be pronounced as U or U, like useful, or put, right? So I mean, you don't usually explain this, but if there are some students who get confused, they ask you or they say something related to this, you should explain in Vietnamese or well in with the Google Translate or well just in English that these some of the letters have more than one sound, and just to make sure they know. Okay, next let's do a bit more. This one is. Oh, all right, let's do one. Whose turn is it? Maybe David?
It's bad again?
No, it hasn't updated.
Yeah,
Okay.
the new slide is open
Yeah.
because it's like freezing a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
A, 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 G, 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 B, ag, bag,
Bug.
bag,
Ugh.
bag,
Yes. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Bug, bug, bug. Yeah.
bag.
And yeah, that was good. Well done. Yeah. What else next? Let's see. That was you, unit 7. Let's just do one per unit right now so we can finish a little sooner. What else? Yeah. Chung, please. Has it updated? All right, Chung.
Me again?
No, Chung, please.
P, 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 up, up, t, 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 up, 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 top, top.
Good. This sound here, t, right? T, t, t. Can you try again?
T, t, t.
T. Yeah, Vietnamese thing, it's something like t, yeah? So, or, I don't know, something different, right? So careful with that. T, 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 t. T, 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 T. Yeah, careful. You guys, I recommend when you teach something like this, check the picture of the position of the tongue in Google. Like the tongue position, maybe teeth, whatever else. Mostly the tongue position. Check it because Vietnamese has very different pronunciation, like very different position. Even if you think the sound is similar, check the position of the tongue in videos or better just pictures in Google when you teach. Like for example, if you check the t, it might be different. You might be surprised to see that the positions of different, very very different to what you used to, different from what you used to. Next, Cho.
Ot, ot, ot. P, p, p. Ot, ot, ot. Pot, pot, pot.
Good, well done, thank you. What else? Next, that was all. Okay, this one is good. Here we've got 2. Well, David, let's do both. We've got this 2 pictures here, yeah? All right, David, let's, could you do this, please?
Me?
Yeah.
But can I do it without like this 3 times like
Yeah, okay, just one time is fine.
saying like,
Yeah,
because it's honestly
it's awkward, I
it
understand.
sounds like
How
strange.
can I leave the meeting now?
Chung, yes, okay, Chung, do you teach this material? Do you teach World Phonics?
No,
No, okay, well, it's fine then. Thank you for coming, Chung. See you.
thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the reason we
Yeah.
we repeat sounds 3 times, that's for little kids when you do it in front of them. Right now, I guess it's fine. But yeah, let's just focus on the
No,
sounds.
because like if no one's repeat, like it's like strange, really,
A bit
it's a really
strange.
strange sound.
Okay, let's do it.
So yeah, can I just say like
Yes,
eat,
of course. Yeah.
eat, eat, eat,
Mm-hmm.
p, eat, p, eat, pit,
Pit.
pit.
Pit. Yeah. So sound. I, 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 I.
What
Okay.
sound?
So the sound is like I, pit, pit,
Pit.
pit.
Yeah, it.
So a little bit
Pit.
different from like E, but like a bit pit, not like pit. I guess it depends on the dialect as well. Yeah.
Sound. Pit.
Yes, good. That was good. And let's try this one as well.
Still the old one.
Okay.
Yeah. Me again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
X, 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 S. Oh no.
S.
X, X, 6, 6, 6.
Yeah. 6. X. I think I confused you here. Sorry, I confused you here with the previous E sound because it's not like not always clear, not that clear E. You will hear in audios here in this book. Like I've heard the audios, they teach a little bit differently, but I think it's fine. Just keep it E for now. Yeah, just E, X, X, right? That sound X, no other sounds, right? E, X, S, X, 6, 6, 6. 6. Yeah. Okay. The problem with the students here is, of course, the x sound. They always say sick instead of 6, so that's hard. Okay. Ciao. Thank you, David. Ciao. Can you try as well? This one, the blue picture.
X, E, X, S, X, 6.
Okay. The sound of blue, x. Can you try?
S and X.
Just the
X.
x sound. The letter X. X.
X.
Mm-hmm.
X.
One more time?
Sweetheart.
Yeah, can you try one more time, please?
X.
Mm-hmm.
X.
No, but the sound is, when we have one letter X, that is just x.
Yeah.
X.
X. X. Not have A, only X.
Only x. Yes, only x.
Only X.
Yeah.
X.
Mm-hmm. So that's hard. Like that's something we need to pay attention to. So I'll help you. I'll do it again for you. So we have E, then we have x and x. Then we have s, x, and 6.
6.
Good. Well, all right. There's one more thing. We need to teach when we finish a unit here. We need to. Where was it? Here. Yeah. At the end of each unit, there is this game right before the next unit. So the game is usually related to spinning a wheel of numbers and landing on a certain number, and then letting students play the game like that in teams or one by one. So this can be done instead of a test or during the exam, during the test with the sounds, right? So instead of just asking, you can play the whole class game, the game with the whole class, You open Wheel of Names in Google. There's a thing like that where it allows you to spin the wheel. You put the numbers there, 1, 2, 3, and well, exactly like in the picture here. And then you, of course, play when, for example, you land on 3. Then they start with, actually, it's here from the start. Yeah, they start with like 1, 2, 3. They land on pad, for example. So you ask them to repeat the sounds: p, a, d, p, ad, pad. Right. If they do it well, they stay there, and maybe they get points. And okay, that's good. And if not, they go back because, well, if they don't pronounce it well or don't know, then they don't progress, yeah, through this game. And you need to have like, well, you need to show, they indicate somehow that certain teams or certain people are on certain tiles here in this game. So this game is really good to play because it engages students with the sounds, not just, repeating words and sounds nonstop. They get to play a little bit because there's so little. The students that learn this are so little. So please, this is very important to play these games. Chow, if you teach this material, or if you will teach, or if you taught in the past, keep it in mind. David, same. Like when you're preparing for the lessons, again, when you're getting ready, you choose what you want to teach. You don't depend on what is going on during the lesson. You choose one thing and you just do it. If you've prepared totally different from what they're learning, fine. Just keep doing it still. Just what's important is preparation at home and preparing to do what you want to do, to have a goal. It's not that important even what they're learning during the lesson at that time. Yeah. So, for example, if you see that they have completed Unit 2 and they, for example, that they are they've started Unit 3, you can still come back to this game and just play the game. Or, for example, they've only done half of Unit 2, and you can still just, for example, choose this game and do this game only. So these things are very important for testing, for playing with little kids. Okay, well, that's all for today. I would like to hear some questions from you if you have, Chow and David, right now.
Right now, I don't have anything.
Okay, no questions. Chow, what questions do you have?
I don't have any question.